Hey guys, today I'm going to show you a very strange temple. No, this is not Angkor Wat. Many people think this is part of the Angkor Wat temple, but this is a different temple in Cambodia known as the BAYON Temple, a very large temple with many intriguing features. I'm sure you have seen pictures of these mysterious stone faces at least once. But here's the shocker. No documentaries have ever been made about this temple. This is very, very odd because such a fantastic ancient temple should have plenty of videos and TV programs made about it. But there's nothing. I could not even find a documentary on YouTube. And I found a shocking reason why no documentaries can be aired on any TV channel about this temple. So, welcome to the first and only documentary about Bayon Temple. According to historians, the Bayon Temple was built as a Buddhist temple. These mysterious faces represent Buddha, and it was built around 800 years ago. Even before you enter the Bayon Temple, when you are driving towards the gate, you'll see these giant figures lined up on both sides of the road. Who are they? On one side, there are gods called devas, and on the other side, there are demons called asuras. And look at what's in their hands, the body of a giant snake. What are they doing with the serpent? They're churning the sea of milk. But this event is mentioned in ancient Hindu texts, not Buddhist texts. In fact, Buddhists shun features like this. So, why does a Buddhist temple have a Hindu depiction outside its gate? When you enter the Bayon Temple, you realize it has a very unique visual aspect. It's built completely different from any other temple in the world. There are a total of 54 towers cramped together, and each tower has multiple smiling faces embedded on them. There are a total of 216 faces on these towers. The faces may look small from the ground level, but when you go to the top level, it's just breathtaking. You will become speechless for a few seconds because the giant faces with that mysterious smile give off a strange vibe. Who does this face belong to? Why did ancient builders construct this temple with so many towers with these strange faces embedded on all sides? Archaeologists and historians say that this face depicts Buddha and also the king Jayavarman VII, and he wanted to glorify Buddha and he wanted people to remember him forever. This is why he built this temple to establish the glory of Buddha and himself, to turn himself into a god king. But this theory is completely wrong. These faces do not depict Buddha or the king. These faces depict the Hindu god Brahma. Brahma is the god with four heads, not Buddha. This is why every tower is shown with four heads or faces facing four different directions. Ancient Hindu texts clearly mention that Brahma should be shown with four heads facing four different directions. On the other hand, Buddha is actually never shown with four faces. Even more interesting, look at the ornaments. He's wearing a spectacular necklace. He wears very ornate eardrops and he's wearing more jewelry on his head. This is completely against Buddha and Buddhism because Buddha never wears jewelry. He believed in simplicity. Even more important is that giant crown. It's a large conical helmet like headdress with a crown or a diadem at the top. There is an ancient Sanskrit text called Manasara Silpashastra, which clearly explains how Brahma should be carved. And the ancient builders have built Brahma exactly as per this text. Again, Buddha is never shown with a giant headdress and a crown. He's shown with a simple hairdo. But there is another fascinating detail. Look how he's shown with a third eye. Most people think only Shiva has a third eye, but Brahma also has a third eye. This is also mentioned in ancient texts. This means that ancient Cambodian sculptors had thorough knowledge of ancient Hindu texts and they followed all the details carefully. This is stunning because even ancient Indians omitted these details sometimes. But these guys have beautifully followed it 1,000 miles away from India. But if this is a temple dedicated to God Brahma, why is it called Bayon Temple? What's the meaning of Bayon? When the French occupied Cambodia, they called it the Banyan Temple because it looks like a cluster of towers. And locals mispronounced Banyan as Bayon, and the name stuck. Archaeologists confirm that ancient inscriptions call this temple Jayagiri. This is actually perfect because you know what Jaya means in Sanskrit? It means Brahma. It's one of the names, an epithet of Lord Brahma. And Giri means mountain. So this was built as the mountain of Brahma. And now, when you look at this temple again, it is a perfect name because it looks like a mountain. And when you look at the four heads everywhere, you are immediately reminded of Brahma. Archaeologists also agree that small shrines for Shiva and Vishnu have been built in the temple, but they have not found a shrine for Brahma. Why? Because this entire temple is dedicated to him. That's why. It's quite surprising that archaeologists and historians think that this is a Buddhist temple dedicated to Buddha, while it is clearly a Hindu temple dedicated to Brahma. What's the reason for this? I attribute this to the French authorities who did not understand much about Hinduism and Buddhism. Also, when the French colonized Cambodia in 1863, Buddhism was the prevalent religion here. So at that time, they must have automatically assumed that this is a Buddhist temple. And another interesting point is that this temple, just like Angkor Wat, was continuously occupied by Buddhist monks for many centuries. They had also created many small scale Buddhist carvings, and they sometimes even buried statues of Buddha for good luck in the temple premises. And this can be quite confusing for a Western archaeologist while studying the temple because you're going to see Buddhist carvings and sometimes even unearthed Buddha statues. So you're going to see Buddhist carvings alongside Hindu carvings, and you're going to see Buddha statues standing next to Hindu statues. And even more interesting, you see plenty of alterations because when these two groups were fighting for supremacy, they would have obviously tried to alter some carvings and also destroyed some carvings. But the key detail is this. While anyone can make micro carvings to alter your perception, no one can change the macro carvings, the four faces on top of every tower clearly represent Brahma, not Buddha. In fact, the same builder built another Brahma temple called Ta Prohm nearby. This is why this temple is full of beautiful women carved all over the walls, because Hinduism embraced worldly life, unlike Buddhism. This is why you see the Hindu gods and demons churning the sea of milk at the gate. And this is why you will also notice countless other Hindu gods in this temple. So, as much as Cambodian authorities would like to see it as a Buddhist temple, it's not true. This was originally a Hindu temple. But am I really the first person to figure out that this is a Hindu temple and these faces represent Brahma? I don't think so. I suspect that big channels like History TV or Discovery Channel would have already examined this temple and they might have figured this out. But if they come out and say it on TV, then the authorities here may not give them permission to film future projects in Cambodia. I think this is why no documentaries exist about this fantastic temple. But I believe that this video, this documentary, will be a stepping stone for others to move forward. I hope you guys like this video. I am PraveenMohan. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and also click on the bell button to get all the updates. Please give it a thumbs up and do share it with your friends. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.